Chapter 5 Storm at Sea. The sunset at Whitby lit the clouds with brilliant colors of purple, pink, violet, and all the shades of gold. But the thunderclouds that were gathering were almost completely black. It was sure to be a terrible storm. During the evening the wind stopped. The air grew dead calm and very hot. The only boat that could be seen was the strange ship that Mina and Lucy had spotted earlier. "Those sailors are crazy," the people said. "They'll be wrecked when the storm hits." Then all of a sudden the tempest exploded from the sky. The waves crashed into the pier protecting the harbor. The wind roared like thunder. Men could hardly stand up against the fierce gale. A thick fog swept in like a ghost. A few fishing boats found their way into the harbor. Each one was greeted by a cheer from those watching. The waves continued to toss the big sailing ship up and down. She was headed straight for the rocks. The waves crashed and crashed again. The ship narrowly missed one rock, then another. Then, like a miracle, it slipped past the pier and was in the harbor. A searchlight followed the strange ship across the water until she scraped to a stop on the beach. At that moment, an immense dog jumped from the deck onto the sand. He ran straight up the hill toward the graveyard. Everyone rushed to the side of the ship. Tied to the wheel was a dead man. No one else was aboard the vessel. She had found a way to the harbor without being guided by a living soul. "Look," someone pointed out. "He has a crucifix tied between his hands." "He must have been dead for at least 2 days," another said. The vessel was a Russian ship called the Demeter. Wooden boxes filled with dirt made up her odd cargo. A Whitby lawyer had been hired to take charge of them. The big dog was never found. "He must have ran up onto the moors in terror," one man said. The inspectors at Whitby were anxious to read the ship's log to find out what had happened. The Demeter had started from the Black Sea in Russia, the log said. Everything was fine as the crew sailed toward England. About 10 days out, though, the captain noted a strange event. "One of the crew, Petrovsky, is missing," he wrote. "The men think there is something aboard the ship." A few days later, one of the sailors came to the captain. "Last night during the rainstorm," he said, "I saw a strange man on deck. He was tall and thin, not like any crewman. I followed him forward, but he just disappeared." To calm the fears of his men, the captain ordered them to search the entire ship. They looked everywhere a man could possibly hide. They found no stranger on the ship. The next week came more trouble. Another man disappeared. The crew again became very frightened. At the same time, a bad storm swept over the ship. No one could sleep. They all had to work to keep the ship afloat. But as soon as the sea calmed, several more men vanished in the night. The crew was almost in a panic. They were nearing England now, but there were only 4 men left to sail the ship. They weren't even enough to raise and lower the sails. The ship was at the mercy of the wind. The breeze blew into a giant bank of fog. For 2 days they sailed through the thick mist, not knowing where they were going. "One night," the captain wrote, "I came up on deck to take over from a man at the wheel. There was no one there. All the crewmen were gone now. I took the wheel myself and called for the mate." The mate had a wild look in his eyes. "It is here, Captain," he said. "I saw it last night. Like a man. Ghostly pale. I thrust at it with my knife, but the knife went right through it, as if it were air." "The man has gone stark, raving mad," the captain wrote. As the mate went below, he said, "It must have been in those boxes. I'll open them one by one. I'll find it. You'll see." The captain heard hammering from below the deck. It went on for a while. Suddenly a terrible scream filled the air. The mate ran back on deck yelling, "Save me! Save me!" Before the captain could grab hold of him, he said, "I know the secret now!" And he threw himself into the sea. "I know the secret too," The captain wrote in his last entry, "Last night I saw it. Saw him! I would like to follow the mate overboard, but I must stay with my ship. I will tie a crucifix to my hands. The fiend dares not touch it. Now I am growing weaker. The night is coming on. May the saints help me." That was the end of the log. No one knew what to make of this most strange incident. The captain was given the funeral of a hero. The great dog, the only survivor of that awful voyage, was never seen again. The people of the town didn't think they would ever solve this mystery of the sea.